go. What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of our Dynasty Spotlight series, where again we got another update show coming for you. We've hit on just about all these guys before the draft, but now they've been drafted, so we get to dive deep into the landing spot, really get to know how we feel about them, short and long term. And the most important question is where we see ourselves taking them in our upcoming Masters rookie drafts. So far we've done the first 4 picks, and the trend stays on offense with the 5th pick of the draft. The Cincinnati Bengals reunite MarrChase with their quarterback, Joe Burrow. Was a landing spot that we liked a lot, I think. A reunion? A reunion. There's the word. Yeah, there it is.
They were reunited. Yeah,
they were. Yeah. Reunion. Wow.
There you go. It's been a long day.
Been a long day. Yeah. Been a long day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, the reunion of MarrChase, Joe Burrow. How you feeling?
I couldn't love it anymore. I mean, this to me is the perfect landing spot for MarrChase. I mean, not all of these guys landed at the perfect spot. Some good, some not so good. This to me is perfect, though. For him to have, and which sounds crazy, too, considering they have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins already in the fold, but I don't think it matters. MarrChase, to me, he was the best receiver in this draft, and I felt that way from the start of last football season. I felt that coming into the year, coming into the draft, he would be the number 1 guy. It ended up being the case, and now he ends up with his old college quarterback, a guy that he broke records with at LSU. I mean, it couldn't be any better. And, yeah, a lot of people made the jokes like, oh, who's going to block for Burrow? I don't think it matters. I really don't. MarrChase is going to be that good, and Joe Burrow is going to be looking for him often. And I just love the spot, and I can't wait. I already tweeted it out, but to me, not to jump the gun, 1.1 to me, without a doubt.
Yeah, and I agree with the doc. MarrChase, the real deal, most complete receiver coming out. The landing spot was all you could ask for. Reuniting with Joe Burrow, super special. They shattered records at LSU together, and MarrChase has already said it. He intends to break every single Bengals receiving record, and I think he's going to make a run for some of them. There's been some great Bengals receivers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, MarrChase is the real deal. Super excited. I do think, he's the 1.1 to me because he's probably got just about the safest floor and as high of a ceiling as anyone. We mentioned Kyle Pitts in our last show. Just from a positional value, could be, just a true X factor for your fantasy lineup. But from a pure, receiving, running back receiver standpoint, yeah, he's the safest bet. He's the real deal. In 10 years, MarrChase is still going to be balling out. And in 10 years, Najee Harris will be 33. And, so, to me, there's a lot of Najee Harris guys out there who, think the running backs are the way you go to start your rookie drafts. And that had worked for a little bit. But Najee Harris is 23, and he's going to be 33 in 10 years. MarrChase is 21 and going to be a 31-year-old receiver still playing in 10 years. So, big difference there. Just think, he's a great short and long-term bet for your fantasy lineup. We've said it before. This was a guy who was paired up with Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson was for sure the number 2 when they were on the field together.
Not even a doubt.
Yeah, not even close. MarrChase was the number 1. Justin Jefferson was the 2. It wasn't even a 1A, 1B. It was a 1 and a 2. We saw what Justin Jefferson did as a rookie. Went to Minnesota, set the league on fire.
He's getting taken top 2 rounds of a fresh startup right now.
No reason to not be even more confident in MarrChase. And guaranteed, you look at 9 out of 10 dynasty startups, Justin Jefferson's going to go significantly ahead of MarrChase.
Yeah.
And we're here to tell you, from a talent standpoint, MarrChase is better. And I think you can make a case from a fantasy landing spot, MarrChase in a better spot.
Yeah.
So,
I think there's a lot to be said about the already there connection with Joe Burrow. To me, this is a Joe Burrow pick.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have gone a lot of different directions. The team has a lot of holes. Receiver wasn't really one, but they
did it.
Joe Burrow's guy, MarrChase, and I think that says a lot about Joe Burrow, and it says a lot about the Bengals having faith in Joe Burrow's ability to lead that offense. And I think he's going to make sure they don't regret that pick. He's going to throw the ball to MarrChase quite a bit. They've already got the connection. It's always nice, too, because, there's a lot of these guys that go in and, they got to build up that rapport and they got to build chemistry and all that. And they might not start off on the best foot, but, I mean, Chase, he should be able to come in and just start eating from the very start, just because he's already going to have that. He won't need to work on chemistry. It's there. And I think that's a huge aspect of it as well.
Completely agree, and I think we've already answered this, but the next part is where do we see ourselves taking him into a dynasty startup? I think both of us it's 1.1, but I'll say 1.1 or 1.2 because we made some compelling cases for Kyle Pitts, especially if you need a tight end.
And there's some other guys you can make cases for too, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, really. For my money, if I had the 1.1, I'm making the pick in like less than a second. It's no doubt.
Auto draft, baby.
I'm putting them in. Yeah.
you got to have the satisfaction of clicking the button. No auto draft.
Very true. Yeah. So that brings up the real discussion would be where do we see him in a fresh startup period?
Yeah.
Against some of these other receivers. I know Alex talked about Justin Jefferson.
And I think a lot of people are going to think wait, Justin Jefferson's a top 10 dynasty receiver. You're already putting MarrChase ahead of him. My answer is, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tricky for me because there's some special veteran receivers. Guys like Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, some of the older guys. But then we get into, the A.J. Browns, the DK Metcalfs, the Justin Jeffersons. And for me, he slides right ahead of Justin Jefferson kind of for me. So, I don't want to get into all my rankings, but, I'd say Adams, Diggs, and Tyreek are like feel great about them still. Well, Adams maybe not so much.
Maybe not anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But for me, I think DK and A.J. Brown maybe still ahead of him. But then after that, I'm putting him over Justin Jefferson. Don't care what people say. MarrChase is a better talent than Justin Jefferson, and I think his landing spot just as good for the next 10 years than Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think fresh startup, as crazy as it sounds, like late second round, third round into there too. But I mean, gosh, I'd be shocked if he was on the board after that. I think that would be. I think it'd be a mistake if teams let him slip past that. Just because, and again, I know it's crazy to say that because this guy hasn't played a down of NFL football. He didn't play last year either. So, I mean, he's been away from the game for a while. But the dude's that talented, and I think he immediately slides in over all of the rookie receivers from last year. I think Jefferson's the one guy you can make the argument for right now. But I think he slides in front of a lot of others too.
I just remembered I have Jefferson in a league, and I kind of want to put my money where my mouth is and just try and trade Jefferson for the 1.1 and take MarrChase with it and show that, I'm that confident MarrChase is better.
Like that. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I'm huge about MarrChase. Have been from the start. I think you guys know that if you've watched our videos. Anything else you want to add on Jamar, Al?
That's all I got.
All right. As always, mastersfantasyfootballleagues.com. Sign up for a Dynasty League. Hundreds in the fold. Haven't closed a single one yet. Don't intend to. It's the place to play Dynasty Fantasy Football. So come join a league and be a part of that Masters family. And draft MarrChase in the second round.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yep, thank you.
Boom.